Hey nerds, Coach Matt here. In this video, I'll show you how to level up your home gym, whether you've got a lot, a little, or nothing to spend. Let's go. What's up everyone? I know home gyms have become very popular recently, but you might be at a loss for what to get for yours or even how to get started. So let's go over some ideas and considerations to make your bat cave the envy of all superheroes. Our first consideration when leveling up your home gym is to create a dedicated space for it. I know that might not be realistic or possible for everybody, but it's really powerful if you can. And if you don't have a whole room for it, maybe you could dedicate a small portion of it or a corner of your room. It's really powerful because it can change how you mentally prepare and mentally approach your workout. Not only that, you can decorate it how you like, put up some cool stuff or cool quotes. I have this Captain America shield over there. So what motivational quote would you have in your home gym? Share it with us in the comments below. A yoga mat is another inexpensive and really useful tool to have. You can roll this thing out and work on some plank work, push-ups, and the other nice thing about the yoga mat is when you roll it out, it can be another thing that creates that separation of space and kind of lets your mind know, it's go time, ready for my workout. So we have a space picked out, but you might be a little low on funds.
I'm broke, I'll pay you back. Oh my.
That's okay. There's plenty of stuff around the house that we can find and repurpose for our workouts. We've got a ton of great ideas in our article, How to Build a Home Gym When All Equipment is Sold Out. Link is in the description below, but we'll cover a few of those ideas right now. You can use things like milk or laundry detergent jugs, a backpack filled with books. Maybe you pick some of your heavier books like textbooks or The Lord of the Rings.
You have my sword.
Throw them in a backpack, and all of a sudden you've got some weight. You could do things like goblet squats and overhead presses or bent over rows. So as long as you're willing to be a little bit creative, there's definitely ways to explore this. You could also start out with just a towel.
You gotta know where your towel is.
Use that and get in some good isometric work. So I could put this down on the floor, step on it, pull in some tension, and all of a sudden I'm working deadlifts isometrically. And I can do something similar and set up for a row. Pull in here this way, trying to get my chest to my knee. So if you add that to a couple of push-ups, you've got yourself a total body workout. If we're looking to use household weights, on the plus side, there's little to no cost to having those. On the downside, it can be difficult to increase or adjust weights quickly through a workout, and we always want to make sure that we're staying safe whenever we're adding resistance to anything that we're going to use. If you have a little bit of a budget for leveling up your home gym, one of the first pieces of equipment I usually tell clients to pick up is a set of resistance bands.
It's the resistance.
Here are the two most common that you'll come across. One, we have these ones with handles that are easier to grab, but maybe not be as beneficial for doing chin-ups or pull-up assistance. And then we have these looped resistance bands, which can be a little bit tougher to grab, but can be really great for pull-up and chin-up assistance. Speaking of which, check out my 60-second video on how to use the looped resistance bands to help you with your chin-ups. The link is in the description below. Back to a few other exercises you can do with the band. So we could step on it, get into a rack position, and do a front squat. We can step on it with just one side and kind of step through and work an overhead press. Or I can loop this around my squat rack or a door handle and do some band rows with my resistance band here. If you're in the market for resistance bands, there are also a host of other great benefits. They scale well. You could start light and increase the resistance as you get stronger. You can do lower and upper body exercises with them. They don't take up a ton of space, and they're relatively inexpensive. A good set will run you between $20 and $40. There are some downsides to resistance bands though. One, they could break over time, and the resistance is not the same throughout the motion. Unlike dumbbells or barbells, so it might feel a little bit easier at the start and a lot of tension at the very end of the motion. Big warning. Make sure that any exercise you do has the band aimed away from your face. We don't want you to shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
After bands, a chin-up or pull-up bar would probably be the next area we could level up our home gym. Again, they're relatively inexpensive, between $20 and $40, and they are also great for working our pulling muscles, even if you can't do a chin-up or pull-up yet. You can always do assisted pull-ups with the band, as I mentioned, or you can use a chair or a bench for assistance. And if you can't do either of those, even hanging like this can be great for your grip and your forearm muscles. And if you are looking to get your first chin-up, Coach Jim has put together a great video on tips and exercises to help you get there. And the pull-up bar can be great to build upon. You could hang things like bands and gymnastics rings to get even more exercises and bang for your buck, which I'll cover in a second. And if you're still not sure you could put a chin-up bar anywhere where you live, Coach Jim has made another video with alternatives using a towel and a sturdy door frame. I mean, the guy's like MacGyver.
Better than MacGyver.
All right, let's go back to the gymnastics rings. They're another option that's really come down in price of late, and you can find a pretty decent pair for around 30 bucks. They travel easily, they store well, and they give you a ton of different opportunities and challenges to build upon. So, before we move on to some of the big ticket items, let's not forget about cardio.
Rule number 1 for surviving Zombieland: cardio.
A jump rope is one of the easiest and cheapest cardio options for your home gym. Don't overlook this simple but efficient option. Okay, so we've covered a ton of different options, and you might be wondering, what about the weights? Leveling up your home gym with either dumbbells or kettlebells is clearly the next logical step. Depending on your space and budget, you could get a single dumbbell, a pair of dumbbells, or even some adjustable dumbbells. The adjustable dumbbells are a little bit pricier, but they are also space effective and will help you scale your workouts later in the future. In terms of recommendations for starting weight to buy, I'd say anywhere between 18 and 35 pounds if you're picking up a single kettlebell or dumbbell. Too light, and we'll find that things are not challenging enough, and too heavy, we'll see that we're restricted a little bit by what we're able to do with that one weight. And if you want a great workout you could do with just a single kettlebell or dumbbell, check out our 20-minute kettlebell workout, where I'll run you through a variety of strength training exercises. After you've grabbed some weights, a weight bench can be a great purchase for your home gym. A flat bench will run you about $50 or $60, and it can really expand the range of exercises you can do. Things like a dumbbell bench press, an elevated push-up, and dumbbell step-ups, among a host of other exercises. Okay, let's talk about the most expensive home gym options. We have squat stands, which are 2 posts that can support a barbell, a power cage, which are 4 posts that can support a barbell, and a rig like I have here, which is sort of a hybrid. You'll want to look into one of these 3 options if you really want to take your training up to 11.
These go to 11.
You'll really be able to load up the exercises and take your training to the next level. It's the safest way to barbell back squat and barbell bench press. If you get something like a power cage, the pull-up bar is already built in, and you'll really have dedicated a space in your house for a home gym. You'll want to take your space and finances into account when thinking about these things. And of course, once you have these, we're going to add some weights and a barbell. On the downside, the cost of these things can really add up. If you're looking at squat stands, those run you at least $70. A rack can be $300 or more. A barbell can be about $100, and weight plates right now are running about $2 a pound. And if you, depending on your strength level, you might need anywhere from 170 to 250 pounds of weights to get a good variety of weight training in. There's no right way to build a home gym. You have to consider your space, your goals, and your finances. But I hope it gave you some good ideas to consider for some superhero level workouts at home. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. Subscribe to our channel for more great content. And check out our email newsletter. It's filled with great fitness tips and tons of nerdy jokes. If you've got an awesome home gym setup or just a towel in the corner of your basement and you're not sure what to do, check out Nerd Fitness Online Coaching. Coaches like myself work remotely with clients in all sorts of different situations. We'll help you come up with a plan to work towards your goals and overcome any challenges. Link in the description below. We've got So with household, my brain is not working today, Will. Take 2. That was a hanging for too long here. The guy's like MacGyver. You give him a towel and a toothpick, you can put any workout together. I'm not even sure if anybody gets that reference at this point. It's a dated one. It's a dated reference.